Good morning. Well, I'm going to move behind the camera and kind of show you guys what we're seeing. Firefighters, so there's plenty of firefighters out here that are still working this blaze right now. The scene is still pretty active. I want you to just go ahead and take a look at what's going on. Here's what we know so far. A man was shot here on Harrison Street on the 400 block. Witnesses told police that that victim, his brother, and two friends were standing outside of a home on Frederick Street, and that's when a gray car pulled up from Murders Avenue and began shooting. And it's going to look something like this. It will look kind of like how your permit would look, but the only difference is it's going to say temporary instruction permit. If you're here on Milam Street and you get out of your car, you're probably looking for a meter down here, but as you can see, there is no meter. So what the city is working to do is to paint the spaces here that don't have meters green. This is how you can nominate someone. You go to Southern Air Heating and Cooling Shreveport. This is their Facebook page. They're going to come and they're going to teach them how to code using websites and programs like Scratch. They'll be able to create games. You can stop by any location to drop off money to donate. Like someone right here, look at that. Good morning. I don't have that many steps down, I only got 5, but I have the full gear on. I talked to everyone, they said this is about 40 pounds worth of gear. She's even got a sorting hat, as you can see. I'm not gonna tell you guys like which house I'm in, but she's used the sorting hat to kind of help with her students. And happy Halloween. Yes, I'm here in my Barbie box, and that's what I'm gonna be for Halloween. Now, she's not only excited for the new school year, but the superintendent is as well. He brought us these donuts this morning. He told me he's been up riding around and he's going to be out for the first day of school welcoming students back for a new school year. Live in DeSoto Parish, I'm Maranda Whittington, KSLA News 12. That's the biggest thing. Get out there and try it. So I'm Maranda Whittington with KSLA News 12. We're going to swim it off into the distance we go. So.
Losing a loved one to gun violence, it's not a good feeling.
But it's a feeling Quanice Andrews knows all too well. Last year, her brother Earl Andrews and her cousin Monquarius Caldwell were shot and killed on Grambling State University's campus.
I'm in the bed and I'm sleeping and you get a phone call from your mother. You know, that's very heartbreaking, you know, to find out that, you know, my brother and my cousin have been shot down.
This past year has been a difficult one for Quanice and her family.
We have our days, we have our moments which we are going to have because this is not nothing that we're going to get over.
In September, Quanice finally stepped back on campus to honor her brother with a balloon release. Just weeks later, Grambling State experienced another shooting on campus. One school officials say involved adults from off campus, not students. But it left Quanice shaking her head and asking why.
Students shouldn't be on the campus feeling like they're unsafe. That's not good.
Since that shooting, the university has worked to add more police officers and even plans to move the police department into the building here behind me that sits in the center of the campus.
On this side, we're going to have a upgraded monitoring system.
Grambling State Police Chief Carlos Kelly gave me a tour of the police department's new location. Along with moving to the center of campus, Kelly says since he took office in June, they've hired 5 new officers and plan to hire 8 more next year. They've also been working more with local and state police as well.
We have collaborations with the Sheriff's Department, Grambling City, State Police, and other various agencies to help us, increase our security process.
The university also says they've updated all their cameras and lighting. They've adjusted campus police patrol routes and schedules, and starting in November, all campus police will wear body cameras. But they say students are a big help when it comes to safety and security.
We had General Assembly with our SGA last week where we got a lot of compliments on what's gone on with enforcement as it relates to safety policy, visitation policy, and others.
Last year's shooting took place during homecoming, and with this year's coming up next month, they say they have added some new measures like a bike team.
We'll have police that are a little more nimble being on a bike than they are in a car to help support and respond to any emergencies or safety needs throughout the event, as well as increased signage. So we've got new campus signage up front. We've got some pop-up signs that you'll see as a part of traffic flow management to help folks know, number one, where to be, how to get there, and then where the resources are.
But while life moves on at Grambling State, Quanice and her family have to do the same now with 2 less people in their lives.
If I could just take it all back to have both of them here, because they didn't deserve it. They didn't.
Knowing she was able to tell her brother she loved him one last time, along with her faith in God, is what's keeping Quanice going through all of this.
Through it all, God has me, and He will protect me and my family, and we're going to get through this.
Maranda Whittington, KSLA News 12.
I refuse to even change the frame because this is when my mom was just in her world, of greatness.
Demesia Callier Fitzroy loves this photo of her mother, Benny. Benny loved to go to church, dress up, and wear the best lipsticks, but Demesia admits her mother is not the same woman.
That was a pivotal point for me, is when the paranoia and the repetition set in.
Those signs caused Demesia to take her mother to the doctor.
He said, "Do you know what year it is?" And she said, "Sure." And he said, "Well, tell me what year it is." And she said 1975, and it was 2009.
And that was the year Benny was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
My eyes were just in tears because I'm talking to her every day. You know, I'm talking to her every day, and I'm seeing, yes, she's repeating things, but in my mind, surely you know what today is and all that good stuff.
Demesia has been helping her mother for more than a decade, but always wished for more help.
Whatever you can do to try to help that loved one that will not cause them any more pain that they're going through, you're going to try it. I am anyway.
Some people are hopeful olive oil could do the trick. Local startup company Oleolive is studying and developing oleocanthoid, found in extra virgin olive oil, to treat and possibly cure Alzheimer's.
We're thinking that our compound has a lot of promise for clearing amyloid beta from the brain and reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease.
Doctors Amal Kadumi along with Khalid El Sayed spent 10 years studying oleocanthoid in a laboratory at the University of Louisiana Monroe before they partnered up with Kylie Grant, Elena Gray, and James Cardelli in 2017 to create their company. They recently won a federal grant for $350,000 to study the safety and efficiency of their product in animals.
We absolutely rely on external sources of funding to move this type of research forward.
That is big.
David Smith is the executive director of the Entrepreneurial Acceleration Program here in Shreveport. He helps local startups in the North Louisiana area and discovered Oleolive a while back.
We started looking at it and we said, oh my gosh, okay, this can be patented, this can be licensed, and we think there is a market.
Smith believes helping a startup like Oleolive is not only a good thing for them, but also for our area.
They go out and win a government grant, all of a sudden that starts validating the process, and that's what we want. That's money coming into North Louisiana for innovative technology startups.
Cardelli says people can take olive oil now, but
most of the products in stores around Shreveport are not really extra virgin olive oil.
So Oleolive imports the oil from Greece. You would have to take 3 tablespoons every day, so Oleolive is working to create a powder that would be easier for people to take.
Being a laboratory scientist is fun, engaging, it's difficult at times, but you never really can take that into a commercial space and actually help people. With this company, we think we can actually do that.
For Demesia, she's hopeful for answers.
To know that there's something in place now that's a possibility is wonderful.
But until then, Demesia will continue to help her mother fight this disease no matter how hard things get.
We just continue to take it one day at a time because I truly depend on God, because even now, I have to say that we're blessed.
Maranda, Whittington, KSLA News 12.
Oh, what you doing?
It's lunchtime over at Bossier High School.
Hey, man.
I got a job interview today.
Deputy Josh Cagle makes sure he speaks to every student.
You got art? So you're going to be in Coach Harvey's class.
It's part of his mission at this high school for the last 3 years.
As an SRO, we're all about building positive relationships with the students here.
As a school resource officer, it's Cagle's job to make sure the hundreds of students at Bossier High School are safe. But Cagle and his boss agree relationships are the most important part of this job.
That SRO has to be approachable. He has to be a person that is a mentor to him.
That SRO can also be a she.
Deputy Andrews.
Deputy Tiana Andrews is the high school's newest officer. She's one of 5 additional officers the district hired for high schools with more than 500 students across the parish. Andrews was a former teacher who decided to make the switch and become an officer. She's excited to get to know students and wants to gain their trust.
We are real people, down to earth, here for them, and they can talk to us, and we're just regular people who are here to protect them.
He really isn't like an officer, but then again, he is.
While safety will always be their top priority, Cagle and Andrews know building relationships with everyone on their campus helps them make their job just a little bit easier.
Hey, everybody, listen up.
Maranda, Whittington.
We have a very special birthday today. Today is Big Daddy's birthday.
KSLA News 12.